Vishwanatha Swami was extremely happy. His arduous practice had begun. Bhagavan took him along during his walks and explained to him the verses that he had composed on jnana and bhakti, wisdom and devotion. Bhagavan took complete care of him. Vishwanatha Swami later told me that being alone with Bhagavan and having his words explained exclusively to him were the greatest boons that he received from Bhagavan. One day when Bhagavan and Vishwanatha Swami were cutting vegetables, Bhagavan told him, "You should be capable of making use of even dust. At the same time, you should also be able to reject the entire cosmos as nothing but mere dust." The relationship between the guru and disciple was deepening, and Bhagavan perhaps felt that Vishwanathan needed a firm rooting in scriptural studies. Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni was then staying up on the hill. So in 1927, Bhagavan sent Vishwanathan to Ganapati Muni to study the scriptures. Even when the Muni came down in 1929 to stay in the Palakutu Sadhu community, Bhagavan specifically told Vishwanathan, "Nayana, that is Ganapati Muni, is staying in a hut in Palakutu. Go stay with him, serve him, and learn from him." Every day Bhagavan visited that hut. He would always inquire, "Nayana, how is Vishwanathan?" The Guru showered him, the teacher, and this encouraged Vishwanathan. His study of Sanskrit scriptures helped him create verses extemporaneously. Once he wrote 5 verses and placed them at Bhagavan's feet. Bhagavan read them and he said approvingly, "They are very good. Why don't you continue to write? But first, show them to Nayana and get them verified." Both Vishwanathan and Ganapati Muni thus worked together and put the 108 names of Sri Bhagavan, called the Sri Ramana Ashtotaram. It came from the hearts of Vishwanathan and Nayana and was approved by Bhagavan, the heart, and hence it is eternal. It is a treatise, an unfading sacred flower, upon which Vishwanatha Swami later told me, "I was fortunate enough to place this at the holy feet of Sri Bhagavan." Vishwanatha Swami continued his spiritual practice and the years rolled by. One who lives the truth, lives in and as the eternal now. To such a one, time doesn't matter because time is an illusion. Vishwanatha Swami was in timeless ecstasy. He got a rude shock when Bhagavan's health failed and he had to be operated on. This caused him deep pain. He went to Bhagavan and said, "Bhagavan, permit me to serve you day and night and be with you." Bhagavan turned to him and said, "You have work to do." Saying this, he politely declined the request. On Bhagavan's last day, there were a few people, including myself, inside his room. Outside, Bhagavan's devotees were chanting the Aksharamanalaya, the heart-melting verses composed by Bhagavan on Arunachala, the Self. Bhagavan had already requested the attendants to help him sit up. The louder the chorus, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, became, the more were the tears of ecstasy that rolled down from Bhagavan's eyes. Vishwanatha Swami was witnessing the exalted spiritual splendor that was unfolding. He suddenly felt that the gracious look of Bhagavan was now falling on him. He saw splendor that was unfolding. He suddenly felt like a lightning flash within himself, and the core of his heart opened. He felt Bhagavan pouring grace into his heart and was overwhelmed with ecstasy. The next moment, he saw Bhagavan smile and give a nod of approval, as if to say that what Vishwanatha Swami had experienced was the real state. Bhagavan had awakened spiritual realization in the son, in accordance with his word to the son's father, Ramaswami. This is how Vishwanatha Swami recounted that moment of ecstasy, with these words: having received that grace, the climax of my own spiritual experiences in the proximity of Bhagavan took place during those last moments. As I stood in that small room, everything became shadowy, enveloped by an invisible, pure awareness, the one and only, ever-present reality. There was not the least feeling of separation from Bhagavan, or the least vestige of sorrow on his physical death. Instead, there was a positive ecstasy and elation of spirit, which was nothing but the natural state of the self. After Bhagavan attained Mahanirvana, Vishwanatha Swami received a call from Dindigul that his mother was ailing and bedridden. There was nobody to attend to her. Vishwanatha Swami went home and saw that there was nobody to even serve her food. He attended to her day and night. He cooked for her, bathed her, and nursed her for months. During this time, he remembered what Bhagavan had said: "You have work to do." His mother always kept a small and special notebook with her. Before she passed away, his mother opened her notebook, in which Bhagavan himself had written the Sri Ramana Ashtotaram in his small, beautiful handwriting. She had been chanting the names every day. In her last moments, she said, "Vishwanatha, I bless you," and gave him that notebook. Sometime after this, when he was still at Dindigul, he had a dream in which Bhagavan appeared to him and asked him to come to Ramanasramam. When he went there, he found that Chinnaswami was ailing. For the next 6 months, he attended on him day and night. When Chinnaswami died in 1953, Vishwanatha Swami disappeared from Ramana Ashramam.